the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the new Smyrna Speedway here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Modified Series, presented by Red Light Racing. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty, race fans. Just 3 races left here this season. 4, actually. I can count. See, 4. I counted on my hands. New Smyrna, Southern National, Richmond, and Martinsville. Those are the 4 races left this season. And when you think about it, well, Michael Trevarthen, he had a big lead in the championship standings. That lead is now down to just 1 point between Michael Trevarthen and Dalton Williamson. Justin Rigsby is back into the 3rd spot, 8 points out of the championship hunt. And how about Rob Higgins hanging around? He's 19 points out. Brian Bianchi is 37 points out. He rounds down the top 5 coming into the night with the championship standings. That's how they are. Will they be that way when we leave the new Smyrna Speedway? 100 laps on the docket here tonight, and my name is Roger Muth. I'll bring you all the racing action here tonight, all the calls from high above here in the Virtual Turn 3 Racing Network studios. We hope you are ready, race fans, because this is a good group of drivers as they have their modifieds out here onto the Speedway. And probably going to be checking for to see if this upper groove comes in here tonight. If it does, we're going to have a great show. This is your starting lineup here tonight, brought to us by our friends at 6 Rings Racing. Starting on the pole here tonight, he drives the number 3. He goes by Justin Rigsby. He won the opener. Actually, that is incorrect. See if we can actually get the correct stat. There we go. Dalton Williamson going to pick up the pole. Thought we were starting with 1, not down in 7, but you never know how the producers want to run the show here tonight. But starting in 2nd then, alongside Dalton Williamson, will be the number 11 of Sean Single. Back into 3rd, driving the number 98 here tonight, that's Mark Keatman in the Mark Keatman Performance, number 98. He'll start 3rd tonight. Michael Trevarthen driving the number 2, the points championship leader coming in. He'll start 4th. Rob Higgins, 4th in the championship standings, driving the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 40. He'll go 5th. Jeff Stiles in the number 85 here tonight, the Attitude Graphics entry. He'll go back into the 6th spot, while Justin Rigsby, there he is. Car number 3 here tonight, Rigsby will start back into 7th. Starting into the 8th spot here now tonight, that'll be the Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe, number 14. That is the driver out of Massachusetts, that's Brian Bianchi. And back into the 9th spot here tonight, driving the double 9s. That's the 99 of Mark Jenkins out of Virginia. And his outside, the old hipster, Philly Edwards, driving the 73, will go 10th. 11th will go to the Racing School, number 8 of Dan Butler. And the 12th starting spot here tonight, out of New York, the Arts Barber Shop, Mr. Confusion Motorsports, number 18 of A.J. Hamill. That's starting in the 12th spot. 13th here tonight, driving the Racing School, number 33 of Mike Taschereau. Taschereau in car 33, starting 13th on the call here tonight. Starting back into the 14th spot, hails out of Canada. That is the Beefy Motorsports. Liquid Molly, number 38 of Brandon Feeney. The youngster out of South Carolina driving the 271. That's Aiden Alvecchione. He'll start 15th. And Mr. Joshua Buckley in the Grand Apes Walkers and Canes number 13 will go 16th. Dave Bragg in the number 31 will start back there into position number 17 in the Bragg Motorsports number 31. And shotgun to the field, starting back into the 18th starting spot. Bob Higgins in the checkered flag auto supply number 30 will start 18th. That's your Six Rings Racing starting lineup here tonight. Ready to go. 100 laps up on the board as we get ready. This time, Dalton Williamson with the brand new paint. He'll hit the gas. Here we go. 100 laps at the new Smyrna Speedway. Is green flag now here tonight. Great jump out to the front by Dalton Williamson. He'll lead us down here into turns 3 and 4 for the first time tonight. Look at him almost stacked up 3 wide back there. Keepman on the bottom. He'll go single file. It'll be Dalton Williamson leading lap number 1 here tonight. A good battle just behind the race leaders, though. That's the 85 of Styles to the outside. There you see him, and he will make the pass. That was Rob Higgins he was battling with. Higgins falls back, but it looks like Styles going to go up the track just a little bit. Opens up the door, but looks like Higgins not able to put the power down on the checkered flag. Auto supply number 40 entry, so he'll drop back a little bit here tonight. There goes the number 14, Brian Bianchi. He'll make the pass to the outside, or at least attempting to. He saw Styles get it done. Now there's Rigsby also. Oh, boy. Rob Higgins really trying to hold on to that number 40 machine. Looks very, very loose down at the bottom on the exit over the corners here tonight. He'll funnel in line now. Bianchi and Rigsby both get around that number 40 of Rob Higgins. So Higgins falling back a little bit here in the opening go. Still out front, that number 1, the BK Paint Century. Brand new colors we talked about here on that number 1 of Dalton Williamson, the 2-time SK Modified Series champion. Usually ran a all-black BK Paints Rev Esports car here tonight. Kind of changed it up a little bit. A little more red, some white down there, black at the back. Bianchi, one of the biggest movers so far here tonight. There you see the Colony Tire and Service Center, Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14. He's been able to pick up 2 spots here in the early goings. Not quite to the 10% marker here tonight. A lot of race fans tuning in from all over the country, all over the world to cheer on their favorite drivers here tonight. We see a lot of the racing school team has some people out there, along with Aiden Alvecchione, always having a big fan club here tonight. Blade Timmons tuning in from down in South Carolina, cheering on the number 11 of Sean Single, and Single is currently sitting into that second spot, but he's got a driver just behind him. The number 98, that is Mark Keatman in the 98 here tonight. You see him sitting there in P number 3, qualified third. He is still running third right behind him, the number 2, the points championship leader coming into the evening. There you see him, the BK Paints number 2. Michael Trevarthan been having himself one heck of a season. When you look at the win tally coming in, he's picked up 4 wins on the season. Picked up 1 at Bristol. He picked up 1 at Stafford, Myrtle Beach, 5 flags. That's where he's picked up his wins so far this season. There's still plenty of time to get things done here, and maybe to notch a couple more in the belts of that number 2. AJ Hamill's picked up 2 spots here in the early going. That Arts Barbershop entry, the driver out of Vermont. Wait, it's New York? No, it's Vermont. There he is, the driver. Nope, sorry, it is New York. See, he's confusing me when I read his thing. This is how this is going to go. It's been like that for quite a while for that Arts Barbershop driver. Right now, AJ Hamill has moved up to P number 10. And actually, AJ's dad, Art, was just out at the Indy 500. He took our Turn 3 hat with, and fortunately it got misplaced. The picture that was submitted to us, we didn't quite get it up for Art. So Art, if you're tuning in, we thank you for taking us with to the Indy 500. It was the first time any of the Turn 3, well, I believe hats, shirts, stickers, koozies have ever made it to the Indy 500, so you are a first. We'll see if we can get that up there yet for Art. Right now, though, AJ doing pretty good. He's there into the 10th spot. Just out ahead of him, that's Mark Jenkins in the STP number 99. Jenkins finishing on the podium last week for the first time in a while. Right now, Mark Jenkins is running into the 9th spot. This time by, when he comes by, though, he will have led his 15th lap of the evening. Not only setting the quick time in our practice and qualifying sessions, Dalton Williamson still is the race leader here. One driver trying to work his way up. There he is. There's Josh Buckley and Aiden Alvecchione. Those two drivers are always putting on some big battles. There's Buckley, the double hook logger, checkered flag auto supply, Granny Hips Walkers and Canes, number 13. He'll pick up the spot from Aiden Alvecchione. There's Alvecchione. Driver of the 271 back here currently now into the 16th spot after starting in 15th. So still trying to get his bearings. He's one of those drivers that really likes to hang around. And when I say hang around, that means towards the end of this race, he's going to be working his way to the front of the field. He's a late bloomer, as some of the racing people would say. He'll find his way towards the front. You wait for it. Battle up here, though, inside the top 10. That's the 99 of Mark Jenkins. He tried to get to the inside of the number 40 of Rob Higgins. Not able to. Oh, a little contact there. A.J. Hamlin going to go up the speedway. He was trying to work to the outside of that number 99. Now here comes Dan Butler. Butler trying to work into this battle. There you see the racing school entry. Driver out of Southbridge, Massachusetts. You can always find him over at the racing school as an instructor on the race weekends. I believe I saw one of them is coming up here. So, hey, there's still time. You can get yourself behind right there, that 50 car. You'll see it there. It's at the racing school. It's a replica. Dan Butler racing that the rest of the season here. Had himself a very, very strong finish last week at the Langley Speedway. Right behind him, Mike Tashrow in the other racing school entry. There's that 33. Another one of those replica cars. First place, Dalton Williamson starting to extend the race lead now over Sean Single. There is Shanika. He is here sitting in second, qualified second. See that number 11, the BK Paints beautiful looking orange, blue, and white machine. Still sitting there in front of Keatman in the number 98. Everybody just kind of hanging back there behind Sean Single right now. Michael Trevarthen still, we'll call that in the lead pack, and then just a little bit back there, about 0.6 of a second, you find the Jeff Stiles entry. St. Jude Children's Hospital riding on board the back end there of this beautiful car. The Attitude Graphics number 85. And Brian Bianchi's right there, and Justin Rigsby. See Rigsby sitting in 7th. A driver like Rigsby came in as a rookie this past season here with the short track series here for Red Light Racing, and he made himself known right away at the Worldwide Technology Raceway, where he was able to pick up the win on night number 1. And he's hung around inside the top 3 in the championship standings all season long. He finds himself just 8 points out right now. 8 points out of that championship top spot. Dalton Williamson 7 points ahead of him, and then 8 points up there is Michael Trevarthen. Caution flag on the speedway, though, for the first time here on lap number 27. Will be the first time the caution flag flies, and it's the driver out of Canada. There you see the Ontario, Canada driver of Brandon Feeney. That Liquid Molly entry going to pull away, but he was involved in the first caution flag of the evening. He was running in, it looked like at the time, the 14th spot here on the raceway. We're waiting for the truck to show us what they have, and they said they have it right here, so let's take a look. There you see the number 38 of Brandon Feeney down the back straightaway. That's the 33, the racing school entry out ahead of him. What? Uh-oh. Philly Edwards tried to get a little bit of the depth to Granny Hips. Oh, Nathan Alvecchione, a little contact there. He'll slide past the number 38, but there was a little contact. Watch this, right on board with our checkered flag auto supply onboard camera here with Brandon Feeney. There's the contact, and Feeney doesn't get up into the outside wall, but watch this. Aiden comes right on through. Talk about how close. This is going to give you a good angle. This is on board with Aiden Alvecchione. Right there you heard the contact, but boy, get skinny. Aiden Alvecchione. There you see Feeney will actually come to pit road. I'm sure they're going to put new tires on his modified. A couple drivers also came to pit road here under this caution flag. AJ Hamill came down pit road. It looks like Mark Jenkins, Dan Butler, and Mike Taschereau. So those drivers all came to pit road here under the first caution flag of the evening. We will be 30 laps in the books this time by. I believe we're probably going to get the 1 to go marker here and we'll turn them loose next time. Let's take a peek at the line. Do the lights go out? The iRacing.com safety car lights do go out all the way around the speedway. So, hey, Dalton Williamson, Sean Single, Mark Keatman, and Michael Trevarthen. Then it will be the Styles number 85 and the Bianchi 14. That's how they're going to get ready to come back into the restart zone here after our first caution flag of the evening involving, we'll call it 3 cars, Philly Edwards, Brandon Feeney, and Aiden Alvecchione. iRacing.com safety car off. There's the green flag in the hand of our starter here tonight. We're ready to go back racing. Everybody with a good start here. Lap 1 will go to Dalton Williamson. He'll continue to hold the race lead here tonight. Sean Single, Mark Keatman, Michael Trevarthen, everybody holding serve. One driver into the outside wall off turn number 2, and it's going to turn around a couple of them. Aiden Alvecchione, Dave Bragg, Dan Butler, I believe that's the 30 of Bob Higgins. Alvecchione will roll away from the rack here. That will be the second caution flag of the evening. And that was the big one on the back straightaway. Dan Butler, Brian Bianchi possibly involved in this also. Bob Higgins, Dan Butler, Aiden Alvecchione, Dave Bragg, and a slew of drivers here involved to bring out the second caution flag of the evening. Didn't quite get a second lap in, so let's check this one out. Watch that orange and black number 40 of Higgins onto the outside. A little contact there, going to send Higgins maybe up the track, and then everybody gets turned around. AJ Hamill just barely squeaking through that, I think. Right on board here with the checkered flag auto display onboard camera. This is with Dan Butler. Oh, barely making the contact there with the 40 of Higgins. And then I believe that was Bob Higgins turning around and trying to get hard onto the binders. The 31 and the 271 were the ones that made the hard contact. Alvecchione going hard up into the wall. You see him pulling away. Dave Bragg with smoke bellowing out the back. Watch on board here with Aiden Alvecchione. This is what he saw. Some contact there, but a lot of it was to the Nerf bars here of the 271 of Aiden Alvecchione. We'll see if he does carry on here tonight. There you see that was actually Brandon Feeney into the back bars there of the number 50 of Dan Butler. So, a lot of the cars running in the mid-pack there, and a lot of the drivers that elected to come down to pit road now having some damage on their machines. Looks like Bob Higgins is down on pit road. He has not returned to the racetrack here. Dave Bragg also down on pit road. It looks like his night may actually be done for the number 31 of Dave Bragg. He had smoke bellowing out of the back of that car. Brandon Feeney also on pit road now with some severe damage. Everybody else, Butler, Rigsby, Higgins, Alvecchione, all those drivers able to carry on after the wreck. Look who's way up here inside the top 10 now. That's the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. See if he can hold on to that top 10 spot as we come back here this time. It'll be Williamson and Single still doing the dance here as they get ready. The green flag's back out here at New Smyrna, and look at the challenge for the race lead. A little bar contact, but as they work down the back straightaway, that's the battle for the race lead. There comes the BK Paints number 11, trying to hold the Ref Esports driver down on the bottom. Turn number 3, new race leader at the line. Sean Single gets credited with leading that lap as he'll work to the outside of the number 1. Power move off turn number 2. New race leader now takes the top spot. Sean Single, now your race leader here at New Smyrna as we close in on the halfway point home. Dalton Williamson, Mark Keatman, Michael Trevarthen, and look at Brian Bianchi. He'll sail it off into the corner. He'll pick up a spot. Well, it looked like he was going to get clear of the Styles number 85. Not quite able to get clear. Here comes Styles battling back onto the outside here. Styles works at the line. He had the spot. Bianchi sails it off, drifts a little bit high. Joshua Buckley just behind him. Also sideways in the number 13. A little contact, though, for Bianchi. Bianchi and Styles making a little contact. They keep jockeying it back and forth here. Looks like Styles going to get the better run off turn number 4, though. Just behind them, here comes Philly Edwards. Edwards really sails it off. The old hipster. Chain smoking in his sim rig, and he just picked up that spot, and he just laid it all on the table there. Philly Edwards, one of the drivers that did not come to pit road yet. Rigsby has been to pit road, and it looks like 4 fresh tires on the number 3. There you see that Heritage entry going down to the bottom side. That white and red, number 3. He'll pick up a spot. Maybe. Trying to get underneath Philly Edwards. Battle up front, though. Sean Single, watch the inside. Here comes that number 1, Dalton Williamson, working back to the bottom side of the speedway. Oh, contact sideways for the 1. The 11 up the speedway just a little bit. Corrals it, gets it gathered back up. Keatman there just trying to figure out who he's going to go with here. Sean Single going to slide up the speedway. That'll open up the door. Dalton Williamson now back to the point here. There you see barely the bars to the outside of that number 11. There you see him working down the back straightaway. Here comes that Troyer entry. Keatman down low. Sean Single still being able to dig pretty good onto the outside there as we approach halfway. It will be Sean Single holding on to the spot. Michael Trevarthen almost into the back of the Mark Keatman entry. And these two still battling, but oh, one sideways down touching the grass with the left front tire. That was Brian Bianchi. He was battling for that 5th position. Had it, lost it, had it, lost it, had it, saved it. But now Brian Bianchi going to have to go way into the back of the field here. He's going to have to try and move his way now back through the field. 50 laps in the books this time by. Half this race is gone. 4 drivers look like they are finished here tonight. A.J. Hamilton, number 18, he is out of the race. Brandon Feeney still sitting on pit road. Dave Bragg is out of the race. And Bob Higgins also sitting down there on pit road right now. So tough one for those drivers. But hey, on the bright side, A.J. Hamill's coming down out of Vermont, New York, wherever he wants to come from this weekend anyway. He's coming down here to Pennsylvania. He's going to watch some dirt racing with us and a couple of the guys from the Turn 3 Racing Network. So can't wait to see A.J. down here taking in some dirt racing in Pennsylvania this week. But first, we got to finish this one off here tonight, and now Sean Single fading a little bit. There's the onboard camera with the race leader of Dalton Williamson. Look at Keatman trying to work. Oh, we got a little sideways there. It looked like he had a little hitch in his step. Was definitely not smoother than chicken lips that time for the number 98 of Keatman. The top 4 drivers have stayed the same all night long here, whether, maybe 1 or 2 of them have swapped positions for a little while, but they have gone back into the same way that they qualified here tonight. Williamson out front with Single, then it's Keatman, Trevarthen, that's your top 5. Styles has worked his way into the top 5. Started back in 6th, and now has worked his way in. Justin Rigsby, remember, he went to the back and he came down pit road, got 4 fresh tires on that number 3 machine. Mark Keatman behind him, he's picked up 2 spots. Then behind him, it's Mike Taschereau, the racing school entry. Looks like Mike Taschereau here tonight started outside the top 10. He's picked up 5 spots, now running 8th in that all-white number 33. So good showing here for him. So with Tasher running 8th, that means Philly Edwards is 9th, and Joshua Buckley has lost 3 spots since we went back racing. He has fallen into the 10th spot currently. Just behind him, Brian Bianchi and Aiden Alvecchione. For all the Alvecchione fans tuning in here tonight, he is still out there. There you see him. Still running. He's actually picked up a couple spots since we went back racing, so his car maybe not too wounded. 2 spots outside the top 10, though. He's got to get a move on if he wants to get another top 10. He's been the most improved driver all season. He actually is tied for 6th in the points standings of 2 top 5s, an all-time record for Alvecchione, and 5 top 10s so far coming into the evening. So he has had his best season. Somebody better go knock on some wood for Aiden. I know there's a lot of yous out there who really tune in here tonight to see how well Aiden Alvecchione can do. And we appreciate all of you tuning in to join us on Thursday nights. And I know Aiden gets a little nervous that everybody's tuning in, but he loves the pressure that you guys are putting on him this season, and he's definitely stepped up his competition level. There's the race leader. He'll come off turn 4. He'll knock lap number 60 off. We'll work lap number 61 here tonight. Dalton Williamson still the race leader. He's led all but 7 laps, where Sean Single was the race leader. Looks like Brandon Feeney's entry. There you see the Liquid Valley, number 38 of Brandon Feeney. He'll come back out onto the raceway. It looks like he can pick up a spot here. As long as he can turn 6 more laps, he'll pick up a spot. And that'll be from the Arts Barbershop number 18 of A.J. Hamill, who has retired tonight. Philly Edwards, Josh Buckley's still going at it here. One of them likes to drink Steel Reserve, and one of them likes to drink Genesee Cream Ale. And, well, the Genesee Cream Ale maybe got us stuck in a time warp. That would be Philly Edwards. Josh Buckley drinks Steel Reserve, and for any of the race fans that are tuning in that know what that is, that's not good itself. He has ventured out, though, and has drank a couple of those double hooked. As you see the number 13 hooking down to the bottom side of the speedway. He'll clear Philly Edwards. Edwards will go back to the 10th spot. Now he'll have to contend with Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe, number 14. Brian Bianchi. Bianchi back here running into the 11th spot. He's picked up 1 spot since he slid through the field. He's got himself a good gap back to Aiden Alvecchione, so doesn't have to really force the envelope here. He can wait and see if Philly Edwards is going to make a mistake. Edwards really dives down onto the bottom side of the speedway, and that might hurt the exit momentum, but not close enough. Oh, the 14 going to drive it in. He's going to make the contact sideways for Philly Edwards, and then a body check. And the 73 of Philly Edwards into the outside retaining wall. Hard right-hand turn. Right front damage, I'm going to say. Yeah, you can see it's towed out just a little bit there. Trying to scrape the wall, then maybe knock it back in just a little bit for Philly Edwards. So that'll put us under the 3rd caution flag here, and well, we're getting closer to the end of this one. We'll wait and see if the race leaders all come to pit road. Take a look. This is what happened. Brian Bianchi just drives in just a tad farther than the 73, and it looked like he was going to save it until that last little bump. Right on board, this is with Brian Bianchi. This is what you see down into the course. The slightest contact. Going to send around the number 73 of Philly Edwards. Unfortunate for those drivers as they were battling there to get to the top 10. But a curveball here for a couple of these drivers. Some of them coming down pit road and some of them staying out. Bianchi came to pit road. Jeff Stiles came to pit road. Rob Higgins came to pit road. Joshua Buckley's on pit road. Philly Edwards, Dan Butler all came down pit road. Drivers who are going to stay out here is Aiden Alvecchione, Mike Tashrow, Mark Jenkins, Justin Rigsby, Michael Trevarthen, Mark Keepman Jr., Sean Single, and Dalton Williamson. So once your race leader staying out, some drivers that, well, were towards the mid-pack, back of the pack, will come down and maybe try to change their luck here. We'll see how that changes for them. Race fans, though, We hope you support your local businesses. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply, located in Ayer, Massachusetts, a small family-owned auto parts store located at 103 Park Street in Ayer, Massachusetts, has everything that you need to keep your car on the road. Brakes, rotors, pads, they have it. Shocks, ball joints, they can get anything that you need to keep your car running. Pulleys for your motor, headouts and belts, oil, they have it. And I even heard one of the drivers in the field here tonight delivers. Make sure to check out our friends at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply and thank them for their support with the Red Light Racing Series, whether it's here on Thursday night with the Modifieds or whether it's on Monday night with the Scrambler Series. And that's about to get more confusing than you can think. When I say Scrambler Series, we normally refer to our Monday night program here with Red Light Racing. Well, things are about to get scrambled up on Thursday night. A Scrambler per se short track series is getting ready to kick off next season for these drivers. More details on that. Does everybody want to know the schedule? Let me know. Do you want to know the schedule we're running for the Scrambler Series on Thursday night short tracks? Green flag back into the air, though, and now here's the chance for Sean Single to take the race lead. He did it before on a restart. Can he pump up those tires here and get it done once again? Sean Single not able to, as Dalton Williamson will clear him out of turn number 4. A little contact there as Sean and I believe that was the Keatman entry come together just a little bit. All stem from the checkup up to the top side. Dalton Williamson maybe a little bit slower here on the restart. Sean Single playing the 3-tap Taddy rule for sure on the back bumpers of that number 1. Still out front here. Keatman still there. One driver to the outside groove right now, and that is the Racing School number 33, Mike Taschereau. He did come to pit road, so he does have fresh right side tires. Oh, almost a little contact there from the Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe, number 14 of Brian Bianchi. Bianchi also. Actually, Taschereau did not come to pit road. That was Bianchi and Stiles that came to pit road. That's how Stiles got around. Oh, a big block that time by Taschereau down into the corner. 25 laps to go. The race leader still Dalton Williamson. The battles are good in the field here. There you see the move there. We'll put the number 14 of Brian Bianchi past the number 33 of Mike Taschereau. Taschereau will fall back into the 5th spot. So movement up inside. The top 5 there goes to Jeff Stiles. Entry. The number 85 of Stiles picking up a spot there from Justin Rigsby. Remember, Stiles has tires. Let's see how stylish he can get here tonight. 23 laps to go. To be 22 this time off turn number 4. Dalton Williamson still the race leader with 22 laps to go. As Sean Single has not gone anywhere. He is still there. Second, Mark Keatman third. It seems like the same top 3. Where happened to the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen? Well, he just couldn't get going on that restart. When they all checked up, he lost the spots there to that number 3 of Rigsby, and Jeff Stiles on the newer tires just kind of drove right around him. See the 14 of Bianchi. He'll go to the inside. Oh! He had the inside, and then contact as the number 2. Michael Trevarthen bounced it off the wall there. What a great save by the number 14 of Brian Bianchi. He'll pick up the spot there. So now move Brian Bianchi up into running into the 6th position now. It's getting hot. It's getting heavy here. Mark Keatman wrapping the bottom side of the speedway. The 52 of Keatman. Or the 98 actually on the scoring tower for all the race fans tuning in here tonight. Trying not to confuse you all. There's Mark Keatman. Eight 18 to go. Dalton Williamson has dominated here tonight. Sean Single and Keatman have kind of just followed in tow. Single did lead a couple laps here tonight, but has not really shown that he had the most dominant car. Just a good car. One driver, two drivers coming to pit road. That's Philly Edwards and Bob Higgins. Here comes a move now. Here comes Keatman in the number 98. He'll come down to the bottom side of the speedway, trying to get that Troyer Racing entry to wrap the bottom. Not able to. Shanika going to hold on to it with 17 laps to go. That may change. Here comes the Brian Bianchi entry. He'll dive to the inside of the number 3 of Justin Rigsby. But Brian Bianchi now up into P number 5. Good battles here tonight, everybody, on a little bit different strategy. Joshua Buckley inside the top 10. He's picked up 7 spots. He is the biggest mover so far here tonight. Trying to pick up another one here. He did pit on lap number 68, so he has fresher tires than a bunch of the drivers out in front of him. Just has to navigate through these guys if he can get to the inside here of the number 33 of Taschereau and maybe drive off the corner. You saw really big swings there on the entry. So Buckley trying to get it done here. Nothing's changed out front. They're still single file out front. Buckley not able to. He'll tuck back in line in front of the 99 of Mark Jenkins. Back to the front, there you see Dalton Williamson on the long runs really starts to pull away from this battle for second now. Sean Single maybe in a little bit of a defensive mode now, coming in to get 12 laps to go. Mark Keatman knows he's fast. He's just sitting there in third. Has to try and wait for the big mistake. Mark Keatman, call him a veteran short track racer on the iRacing stables. Has a lot of respect through the short track ranks, and you see him trying to diamond off that corner to get the run to the inside of the number 11. Jeff Styles back there. He's biding his time, too. Styles, remember, has the newer tires, and he's got 4 of them. All over the back of Keatman. We'll get the double high 5 this time. It'll be just 10 more laps, 10 more times around the speedway tonight. Who's going to pick this one up? Just like that, pick one up, knock it down. Dalton Williamson is loving what he is seeing back there. I'm sure he's maybe, at this point, lifting a little bit, trying to save the tires on this number 1 in case we have a late race restart. Here comes the number 14. Brian Bianchi trying to get to the inside now. Wasn't quite able to put the power down off turn number 4. Bianchi, he has fresh tires also, just on the right side, though, of this number 14. He'll come down the back straightaway. He'll go to the inside once again, drive it off, see if it sticks in turn 3. This time a lot better of an exit, but the momentum carries the Jeff Styles entry back around the outside. Now the number 14 goes way wide into turn number 1. See if he gets a run down the back straightaway. And not going to be good enough as they enter turn number 3, and he'll try to now to regroup and rebound. Battle back here. These 3 drivers stuck together like glue. It's Taschereau, it's Buckley, it's Jenkins inside the top 10. Jenkins with a little bit of a wiggle that time off turn number 4, hanging it out in that STP number 99. So with 6 laps to go, these guys not giving up on anything. As this time, it's actually just 5 laps now for the race leaders to Dalton Williamson, Sean Single, Mark Jenkins, Jeff Styles still holding on to that 4th spot. Brian Bianchi started to fade a little bit. The rotors on the Culpepper's entry really glowing here tonight. Justin Rigsby getting pressure now from the number 2 of Michael Trevorthan with 4 laps to go. Those are your top 7 drivers. One driver slowed down around the inside there. I believe that is the Philly Edwards entry. He's just trying to stay out of the race leader's way. 3 to go. Williams, Single, Keatman, your top 3. There's Styles now once again pressuring the back end of the Mark Keatman entry. Oh, sideways for Keatman. He tried to really widen out the entry that time into 3, bounced it off the wall. Now crossed up sideways off turn number 4 as the old popsicle sticks go up. Oh! Contact back here between the top 4. Styles hanging on to it. Styles into the inside wall. Caution lights are on as Styles tried to go to the inside in turns number 1 and 2. Not exactly what Dalton Williamson wanted to see here, as he had a lap and a half from picking up another win here in the series. Oh boy. Race fans, hold on to your ball caps because this one just got wild. Jeff Styles going around with a lap and a half to go, and take a look at it. Styles went to the inside here, and everybody kind of got checked up behind the number 11. And maybe contact. We'll watch it back. We do have a camera on the right-hand side of the number 85 of Jeff Styles. There you go. Maybe slight contact there for Styles down around the bottom side. Let's see if we can... There we go. Slow it down. Let's see. See if we have an angle here. This is where they're going to come together. And maybe if any, slight contact. And Styles just tried to keep his foot in it and ride it out. And unfortunately, that's where the ride ended in the inside wall. So that means overtime here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway tonight for your Checkered Flag Auto Supply Modified Series for Red Light Racing. Who doesn't like a little extra racing? Well, especially if it's short track racing, that's the best racing. Well, there you have it. Blade Timmons tuning in and says, well, Sean's got another chance here tonight. It will be Dalton Williamson, Sean Single, Mark Keatman, Brian Bianchi back into the fourth spot now, looking for a podium. Justin Rigsby in fifth. Michael Trevarthen will pick up sixth. Then it'll be Mike Taschereau, Joshua Buckley, Mark Jenkins, and how about it, race fans? Inside the top 10. There he is. The people's champion right there. I'm calling it. That's the people's champion. Aiden Alvecchione inside the top 10. He will have Rob Higgins and Jeff Styles back there, though, on the same lap as him, back into the 11th and 12th spot, so he'll have to work for it if he wants to hold that top 10 spot. Lights are out on the iRacing.com safety car, though. We're going racing this time by. Williamson, Single, Keatman, Bianchi. Here we go. Green-white checker attempt number 1. Great run by Sean Single. Not going to be good enough. Dalton Williamson going to wash up the speedway. Here comes Mark Keatman. Keatman, the battle to the inside down into turn number 3. This time by, they'll be looking for the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe white flag as it is up. It's the final trip around the speedway, brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. Final time is sideways there for Keatman. He got a little help, I think, from the number 14 of Yankee. Final time into 3 as Sean Single sails it off. He's going to be into the back of the number 1. And Single going to check up the field, and he's going to go around. It will be Williamson, Bianchi, Keatman, Trevarthen, Taschereau, your top 5. Sean Single gave it a valiant effort, but it looks like a 12th place finish. There's a couple cars turn around on the front straightaway here. Unofficial results there. As Sean Single going to try and help Higgins back onto his wheels. There's your unofficial winner here tonight. The number 1 of Dalton Williamson will pick up the big W. Then it'll be Brian Bianchi, Mark Keatman back there into P number 3. Michael Trevarthen and Mike Taschereau. That's how they'll wind up. Let's take a look back at that here if we can. Let's watch the 11 of Single here. This is the white flag lap, so they're on the final lap down the back straightaway. He's going to really sail it off here into the corner. He's going to get into the back of Williamson. Drive Williamson up the racetrack, and unfortunately Keatman was powered down trying to get to the finish line. And Sean Single going to wind up to the inside there. Unfortunate, but that's how sometimes it goes. Dalton Williamson is your winner here tonight. We'll take a quick break here from the New Smyrna Speedway. We'll be back with your post-race show brought to us by Holy Shirts and Pants.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the new Smyrna Speedway here tonight. After 100 laps with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Modified Series, it was scheduled for 100, but we needed just a couple extra. 106 laps actually here tonight to complete this race. We will head down trackside here in just a moment for our Holy Shirts and Pants post ratio with your top three finishers, where Williamson picks up another one, Bianchi's in second, and Keatman will finish in third here tonight for the first time on the podium. Let's head down trackside now to pick up with our race winner here tonight. How about it, Dalton? You parked the number one back into victory lane. New colors, but the same old place.
Yeah, like I said last week, man, I think this season I'm going to try to start to turn the jets on here the last few weeks and see if I can turn it around and hunt down the championship lead.
You talk about hunting down the championship lead. That's maybe a little bit farther out than what we're ready for here. Talk about this race, though. Right here tonight, you had somebody beating on the back bars all evening long. They took the race lead from you. The car was quick, but you had challengers.
Yeah, man, definitely there at the end, too. Like I said to Sean, I wanted to apologize to him for during him there a little bit. I was just trying to hold the bottom. You know, I try to do it as clean as possible, but here it's really hard to get around somebody, especially when they got top line. So, I mean, the night was definitely challenging, and, you know, like I say every week, once I got back to clean air, I just kind of saved and kind of maintained there. And of course, we had the green, white, checkered, so, you know, it kind of went out the window.
Yeah, walk us through that final green, white checker. How nervous was that? You were a lap and a half away from picking up the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe white flag, and it could have been over right then. Unfortunately, that yellow flew.
It was pretty nerve-wracking. I thought I was going to get moved or get really tight and somebody was going to get underneath me, because I think the front inside guys had new tires, I want to say. The front two, I want to say.
Something like that.
So I was definitely a little nervous about that.
But yeah, we're able to hold on to her here tonight and pick up another one. You talked about the championship hunt. Well, that championship hunt, I don't know if you looked at it after last week's race, but it was down to just 1 point. And now you will finish ahead of the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen by a couple of spots, and that will give you the championship lead headed into our final 3 races at Southern National, Richmond, and Martinsville. How are you going to hang on to this to pick up another championship? Your first one, though, with the modified.
I think just practice, you know. Like I say, I don't hide nothing from Mike. Mike don't hide nothing from me. So it's just kind of who has the best track position after qualifying and who could save the longest. You know, we don't hide anything from each other. So I definitely think there'll be a little Florida rivalry the next couple of weeks, though.
Well, we look forward to watching it all the way to the championship race at the Martinsville Speedway. Before we let you go, though, new paint, so there's somebody definitely behind the scenes helping you out.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jeff Scott from BK Paints for doing the paint tonight. Definitely like it. Came out real nice. Platinum RV Services, Nitro Racing, Turn 3 Racing Network for broadcasting. You guys do great work. Josh, Rob, and all the admin, Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Other than that, not too much.
There you hear it. He goes back-to-back for the first time this season. The number 1 of Dalton Williamson will pick up the big win here tonight. And, well, there's a Cotton Eye Joe out here in the field, and he drives the number 14 out of Massachusetts. Brian Bianchi, where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Whew, man. I put on two tires, like 30 to go, and I just I drove all the good off them there.
You drove off all the good. I would assume so. You look like you were wheeling and dealing this car. How did the tires help you come through this field after going to the back with a little contact?
Yeah, after the contact, I mean, I was pushing so bad. The right front was just wore right off of it. So I really couldn't get by anybody after that. So the only chance I had was to throw some new ones on there and see what happened.
It was able to work. Then that final restart, though, you were outside the podium positions, and then all of a sudden, a little contact out in front of you. The C's parted. You kept your foot in it, and a second.
Yeah. I mean, they got into it, and I just kept my foot down, and whatever happened there.
It's like coming to the checkered flag at the Daytona 500. You just kind of hold it wide open and hope you get through it, and you were able to. This will now be your 4th time inside the top 5 here this season, along with picking up a win a couple weeks back. But, man, a heck of a season here with these modifieds. We talked about it before, but these cars really seem to be right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I love the modifieds. You know, being from the East Coast, this is what everybody dreams of running. So, I mean, I spend some time, practicing and getting ready for each week. So, I don't know, I just keep getting better every week.
Well, you've picked up 1 win. You come inside the top 5 here in the championship standings. You're going to hold that. You're actually going to pick up a spot here. I believe you will be 4th in the championship standings, possibly leaving here. 3 races to go. Can we get this 14 back into victory lane?
I mean, I think so. A couple short tracks coming up. Those are where I really shine. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, before we let you go, who's on the side of this 14 that's going to possibly get you back into victory lane?
As always, Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe, Christina's Custom Cuts, Zeno's Luxury Jackets, Rex Hoyle, 505 Motorsports. I mean, he's helped me so much. He does all the paints for all the cars, and everybody that watches, Josh for running this whole show, and nobody better than you, Roger.
There you hear it from the driver out of Massachusetts, driving the number 14 here tonight. Brian Bianchi had to go to the back of the field, put some tires on it, and, well, he made his way back up here onto the podium to pick up another podium spot. So Brian Bianchi scored 2nd here this evening, and the final man to round down the podium. It seemed like you ran there all night. How about it, Mark Geetman? You finished 3rd here tonight in a Troyer machine.
Yeah, car was tight all night. Just seemed like it never got any better, and obviously some people further back in the field put on fresh tires, but definitely think track position was key tonight. I thought about coming down once or twice, but I just knew that if I was that far back, it would have been impossible for me to get back up there.
You talk about track position and how much it really meant here tonight. Was it the inside lane or the outside lane where this car really performed tonight?
I would have to say probably the top. All those restarts there. I ran 3rd the entire night. So starting on the bottom really didn't help much, especially coming off of 2. You can really get a good launch and clear the guy on the inside. So I would definitely have to say that the top was the preferred lane, but just being stuck down there most of the night really made it hard to pass.
Well, you were able to hold off and defend that position all evening long. Did you think you had a chance, though, on that final restart here in overtime?
Kind of. Dalton and Sean went down into 1 there and roughed each other up a little bit, and I was kind of there, and then we went down in there in 3, and it looks like everybody washed up. I think Sean might have gotten to Dalton there, and then I think I might have just got back to the gas a little harder than Sean did, and I ended up getting in the back of him. I feel terrible about it. Didn't mean that by any means, but overall, a solid night. This is really seems like a really good group to race with. I appreciate you helping me get my foot in the door here. I'll definitely be back. Ironically, I ran the wrong paint scheme tonight. Next week I should be back in that 52 car you see me in Big Ten.
Yeah, it's a little bit odd to see you in that number 98H, but hey, it's a good-looking ride, and you had yourself a good run here tonight, that is for sure. Before we let you go, we look forward to possibly seeing you in the next 3 rounds here. Southern National, Richmond, Martinsville, have a preference?
Richmond should probably be a pretty good track for me. I'm pretty decent at Richmond. Martinsville, that might just be a bull ring as usual, so we'll see how that goes. Southern National, it's hit or miss. It's a 50-50 shot.
Well, you did good here tonight. A 3rd place for you, Mark, before we let you go. Anybody out there that helps you?
Currently no sponsors. We are looking for some sponsors. If anybody wants to contact us, you can get in touch with us at Mark Keteman Performance on Facebook, or you can add me, Mark Keteman Jr. on Facebook. And we would love to bring some people on board to help make this happen.
There you hear it from the driver. The number 98 makes his appearance here tonight. He will finish into the 3rd spot. Dalton Williamson will finish P number 1 here tonight. It'll be Ryan Bianchi, Mark Keatman, and Michael Trevarthen comes all the way back to finish into the 4th spot. And then it will be Mike Taschereau rounding out the top 5. A good run here for those drivers as we get ready to conclude here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway. We're not done with the series, though. We still have to head to the Southern National Speedway, along with Richmond, Martinsville, and then the schedule. Well, I'm sure it's going to get released here in the next couple of days. Everybody's been the talk of the town with the Short Track Scrambler Series that's coming here to Red Light Racing. Does everybody want to see it? Well, I can't show you. Josh Buckley's the man, the ruler with the iron fist, and says we have to keep it behind the curtain, but what we can tell you is there's a bunch of short tracks, a couple different short track cars here on the iRacing service, and it will all be right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So look for all those details to come out here in the next couple of days with the Red Light Racing series over on their Facebook page or at redlightracing.net. But a great race for Dalton Williamson, Brian Bianchi, Michael Trevarthen, and Mike Taschereau, your top 5 here tonight after a little extra racing here at the New Smyrna Speedway. As we get ready to go, we will be back Monday night with the Scrambler Series. That's right, the Big Track Scrambler Series, as they get ready for their championship playoff run. But for everybody at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply and everybody with Red Light Racing, we hope you enjoyed tonight's show. My name is Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network. And until we see you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.